Hey folks, so the grid power went down last night in the middle of the massive storm front that moved through the southeast, knocked out the power for tens of thousands of residents in the area where I live here in western North Carolina. On my way to work this morning, I encountered trees down in many different areas. I couldn't go my normal route. Tried a different route, ended up encountering a 3-foot thick tree that I could not saw through, and went back another direction. Same thing happened. Found where a tree had fallen across the road, took out some power lines, had to wait while the crews worked it out and got the situation cleaned up so we could get traffic moving again. And then came into work and realized that the power was out for my classroom. Well, luckily I have solar power. See that big array there behind me? My students and I built that over the last several years. It went online full-time last summer and has been making copious amounts of clean energy ever since. But on top of that, it has another added benefit. When the grid power goes out, the solar array still produces power, and we can take advantage of that using something called the secure power circuit. And that allows us to take a certain amount of power from the array and use it for whatever we need, as long as the sun is out. There's no battery, but we still have the secure power circuit that gives us power on sunny and even overcast days. It'll give us power. But today it's bright and sunny, and the array is making tons of power, but we're only able to tap into 2,000 watts of that through the secure power circuit, but that's more than enough to do what we need to do. So the middle section of the array, the blue section, is what is making 2,000 watts of power right now, or up to 2,000, that we can access. On the far end, the west side of the main array, you'll see 2 solar modules up near the top, up there. Those 2 modules are making 600 watts at max of electricity, clean, renewable electricity. And we can use that as well. That's a part of our off-grid system. And then behind me, that small single 240 watt solar module on the pole, up there on the pole, that one makes power to run the chicken coop's automation systems for the electric door that goes up and down in the morning and evening, and the chicken feeder cover, which keeps predators out, and it runs the electric fencing system that protects the garden area here and the chicken coop from predators. So as you can tell, we're in the wilderness here. Forests, as far as you can see, and that means getting power up into this area through the local grid can be tricky. Trees go down in storms, take out the power lines, and then you just have to wait hours to days to get the power back up. So that's why we have several off-grid systems here, and also the secure power circuits that allow us to at least keep classes going and keep animal habitats alive, keep animals alive, and protected from predators during power outages. So let's take a look at some of the systems that are running right now on sunshine. Before we go look though, I had to do a little bit of I guess I can call it a MacGyver job, if you get the reference. Take a look. So you can see some old solar panels over there that have been retired, aren't being used at the moment. The 600 watt arrays are the 2 up here on the end, and they're sending power through a conduit down to this box, this DC disconnect box. So I was in the process of wiring this up when the storm front came through, and I had not yet purchased the piece of wire, about a 20-foot piece of wiring that I need to patch the system into the off-grid system. So I used a piece of old home wiring and MacGyvered it. And it just runs down here in this window, comes through the window, it runs over. Boy, this place is a mess. I'm sorry you're seeing the back room, the storage room of my office. Comes back into this system. This is the off-grid system that is powering the entire internet right now for my classroom and for the campus where my building resides. And as you can see the blinking green light? That means we are full, and we're still charging, but we're full. Batteries are full, providing full power to the internet through this one outlet system here. Also charging staff radios, whoever needs to charge a radio. Now let's go inside the classroom and take a look at what's running in there. It's pretty dark, but up here you can see where the secure power circuit comes through the wall. Power is on, as you can see. Power flows through these extension cords for right now, and eventually the power will be flowing through that gray box that is called wireway, and it will flow to outlets similar to this one all around the room. But right now it's going through extension cords, coming up like this, over. Here's the seating area, and you can see it's powering the main presentation system, as well as the this is the ISS above device connected to this monitor, showing us information from the International Space Station, news from space exploration and such. The astronauts that are on the space station, awesome stuff like that. The whole point here is that this system allows me to continue classes as normal. We're online because the whole internet system is powered by solar right now. And back here, this is the main computer that powers everything for the classroom presentation system. Along with everything else being powered by the secure power circuit, we also have these two aquariums being powered as well. What's living in these aquariums? Well, let's take a look. Over here we have, sorry for that reflection, we have an Eastern Hellbender, goes by the name of Gollum. And then over here, another Hellbender, his brother, Smeagol. Smeagol's hiding under his rock. Hellbenders are giant salamanders that live along the Appalachian Mountains in cold, clean mountain streams. They have to have super clean water, high oxygen content, and so, you know, these guys have, their habitats are imperative. They have to be supported, so the solar, via the SPS circuit, provides power for both of these habitats through this one outlet. This red extension cord goes up and over to that same outlet we looked at earlier, and that bright sun today is powering everything we need and everything the Hellbenders need. We also have emergency lighting going. These lights, there's two, there's one over there, one here. They're connected to the Sun King. The Sun King is this device, which has a small battery inside. It runs 3 LED lights if I want to have them all on at any given time. It also will charge USB devices. Speaking of charging, I've also plugged into this outlet back here, the one that's powering the TV and the presentation system. This yellow extension cord comes down, let's follow it. And so this cord comes out to my car. That's right, I'm charging my Chevy Bolt on Sunshine as well, directly from the array. So it comes down here, power comes down through the 120 volt charger, plugged in and charging. So even with the grid power down, I can still charge my EV. It's brilliant. It's an incredible setup. You know, even without the connection to the outside world in the form of power, I can still fuel my car. That is peace of mind right there. That's freedom. That's science. And you can do it too, you know. You can install solar on your roof. Make sure it has a secure power circuit, and you can power your home, your car, your life with energy from the sun. It might take some planning. It might take some budgeting. But when you're finished, look what you have. Look what you have. You have security, you have safety. That storm came through and took out the power for tens of thousands of people, and it could be days before their power is back on. But we still have power. All from the sun. That is brilliant. It's just amazing what kind of technology we have today. We have the technology that allows us to make a device that has no moving parts. and yet can make electricity for 25, 30, 40, 50 years. These panels are practically indestructible, and they just make power without any moving parts, nothing to break. It's continuous power as long as you have light. Even when it's not full sun, you can still make electricity. Let's go find out how much power is coming out of the array right now, going to all the systems that I just showed you. So here are the 3 inverters from the array. Only one of them right now is putting out power to the secure power system. It's the one on the far left. The middle one and the far right one are not, they're online, but they're not putting out any power. They've shut down because their secure power systems are not online yet. They will be soon, however. Let's take a look at this one. Wake it up, just knock on it. Right now we're putting out 1,433 watts. The car is using most of that. And I will only be able to charge the car probably for another 3 hours until the sun drops over the trees to the west. Then I can still run everything else, but the car is taking the most at the moment. But that's okay. I have plenty of power to spare. And so that's how I do it here. But you can do it at home, just the same. Find yourself a local solar contractor. Have him come out, do a site survey, and tell you if you have solar potential or not. And if you do, you might be surprised at just how affordable it really is. Install solar on your home, your barn, your outbuilding, whatever. Build yourself a carport and put solar on top of it. Just put solar on it, whatever it is. There are even solar driveways now. Just search them up. You can cover your driveway. You can cover your driveway in solar modules, solar panels that you can drive on, and that will make clean energy for your home. Oh, and your car. Get yourself an electric vehicle. Many people who go solar then shortly thereafter get an electric vehicle because it just makes sense to make your electricity for your home and your car and never have to go to the gas station again. It's really a good feeling. It's a good feeling of freedom to not have to worry about where your fuel is coming from, even when the power goes out, or if, say, something breaks down in the, or let's just say something breaks down in the supply chain of getting gasoline to your gas station nearby. And that's happened before, I'm sure you can remember. And when that happens, you'll still have power. You don't have to rely on the gas coming from the gas station, which comes from the Middle East or something like that. You can make your own energy for your home and fuel for your car at home using solar. I did it. And you can too.